the most people are the most productive when they're spending a lot of time on a computer. So in this video, I give you 8 tips how to have the most productive setup you can imagine. One of the most important things for me is to have a good flow when it comes down to working. So it is really important to have a really good setup where you can get into this flow state easily with like one click. A flow focused setup is mostly about like how do you feel the best. So for me to be in the best flow state, it's mostly coming down to like having 3 monitors. Well, there's other people who might prefer different setups. For some people, there's not like 3 monitors which are important, it's mostly 1 or 2. So for example, here on this setup where I'm mostly filming my YouTube videos, or where I have my tripod, mostly with my camera here, but like a lot of other people prefer to have like 1 or 2 monitors so they can focus better on being in flow and not being distracted. So it really depends on you, what do you prefer. But find something where you can stay in the flow zone as long as possible and to be like as consistent as possible. That's tip number 1. So not only for flow things, to trigger flow in general, it is also really important to not get distracted while working. So how are you not getting distracted while being productive? There's a couple of things where I would recommend you. So for tip number 2, it is really important to not get distracted while work. So there's a couple of things we can do. First of all, we can have like a really clean place. So for example, in my working from home, I leave no plates, nothing except of maybe like a cup for coffee. That's maybe one of the least things I have on my desk, or maybe like a glass of water, a cup of water or whatsoever. So another really important tip for not getting distracted is I prefer to work from home. So I built an entire office just to stay here and just work as much as possible. I don't have distractions. I don't have any colleagues talking to me. I leave my phone completely off, like all being in fly mode. So I don't receive any messages. I don't really open any emails and everything. So that's a really important thing to not get distracted and to induce flow so you can work more efficiently. So tip number 3, what is also really important for me is to have a bit of natural light. So the best thing is there's different situations where you can have like more influence, but for me it's really important to get into like a productive way is natural light. So I try to have like the brightest room, or take the brightest room for an office space, and kind of to adjust my space as it is bright as possible, and it's also not distracting me, my monitors or whatsoever. Today we have a bit more cloudy day, but otherwise nature sunlight is so important, especially like in the morning. So when you start in the morning, get your sunlight viewing, as Andrew Huberman saying, sit in front of the window, maybe read a book or something. Trust me, this will help you a lot. And if you kind of like place your windows somehow that you have a lot of light in your room, that will help your productivity a lot. Point number 3 is out of sight, out of mind. So the thing which you don't see, you mostly probably forget about it. So I always try to organize my space and my office so I don't forget anything. So I know I have supplements which I need to take every day, and I mostly take it before my first meal, which is around 12 p.m. So I have it right here next to my computer, so I always know, okay, hey, I should not forget my supplements. So, and it's also organized. We have all the stuff I need in this row, and the stuff which is behind the row is the thing which I need sometimes, not always. So we're coming from here all the way, and I can just like really get the stuff, put it in here, and just take a sip of water and drink them or take them. So I always try to like leave things so I can see them so I don't forget. Because let's for example, you put them in like a shelf, you will probably forget it every day to take, or you need like a timer or something which always gives you like a reminder. So that's really important, especially in terms of supplements. What I also sometimes do is I write down a couple of things what I need, and I try to place it somewhere where it's useful to see. Either I place it here or here so I don't forget it. And if I don't need it, and if the task is finished, I just put it away and put a new one. So it is so I can see it, and it's anywhere close. So yeah. And probably one of the best investment I've done in my entire life so far in terms of productivity is an adjustable table. So why is that? Why do we need an adjustable table? Trust me, it will help a lot with your back. And if you can stand like that, simply, it is so much easier. And seriously, you're not getting tired. It helps a lot with your leg, with your position, with your posture in general. And especially in the morning when I wake up, I mostly don't really sit. So based on science or based on Flow Research Collection of Stephen Kotler and Ryan Doris, which is a great YouTube channel, you should check it out. Ryan Doris YouTube channel. He says we should stand 50% of the time when we're working, 25% sitting, and 25% walking. Okay, well, we could also put something underneath. We can just walk. First of all, it costs a lot of money. It depends. And otherwise, we can also walk outside in nature some way. But that's something which I also looking forward to purchase in the next couple of months or the next couple of weeks. So what I need to say, since I bought this table, I became definitely more productive. So especially when I walk in the morning, I mostly put it just right there and I just start getting it to flow easier. My blood flow is increased. I can concentrate actually better. And while I'm sitting, I'm always like, I don't know, something is not feeling right. But standing, it is perfect. And after a while, my knees gets a bit tired of standing and not really moving a lot, mostly around 2 hours or something. So I sit for, let's say, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, write a text, and then just stand up again. So if you have any option to buy an adjustable table, whatever the price is, you can get some cheap stuff on Amazon. You can also get some higher price. This one, which I bought by myself, so I just bought the plate plus the adjustable thing. It cost me around 600 euros, so it was definitely worth it. So you're probably wondering, what is this orange thing underneath? So I think I checked it out, and it calls foot hammock, or like hammock in general, and it's like a foot version of it, so you can rest your legs on them when you're like sitting and it's kind of getting uncomfortable, just like putting the legs on the floor. This is more like a chill position. If you want to, like, I don't know, chill a bit, play a game or something. That is a really great thing which I purchased on Amazon. And I actually got this thing, I think 5 years ago, because I watched a video of PewDiePie and how he purchased one. So I think it's like $7, so nothing too expensive. And yeah, it definitely makes your life a small amount better. For some people, they need to have everything right at the hand, so they don't really need to move a lot. And for example, in this setup, that's something more like that. So for example, when I want to film videos, I try to have everything really close by. So for example, the other setup is mostly for deep work. It's mostly in the morning, a standing table. I would love to have here a standing table as well, but yeah, if you need to purchase two, I don't know, I don't see a point of like investing too much money about it. And so this one is more like have everything in mind. So there's, for example, like a notebook or like a diary, which I like write down for things I need to do in a day or something, to just being a bit more organized. So all of this stuff is right at hand. Here, for example, is like the mic which I'm using was like the DJI. Everything is at hand. There's the lens, and normally the camera setup is here if I'm not using it right now. Then I have a light here. I have different Apple mices. Yeah, don't ask me why I have so many Apple mices. Then I have all of the camera gear which I really need per day is all around here. There's a second keyboard, for example. Yeah. An old one, I have a lot of stuff, I know. There's, for example, when people are coming over and we want to play some video games, they have a second monitor, and there's a second desk for all of that, because I like to have the one where I have my deep work completely clean and organized, so everything there is in getting me into my flow state in the morning to work, or especially when I'm drinking my first coffee. And for here, that's all connected, so I can just like plug it in and then just like film a video with my camera. So if you prefer something like that, I would highly recommend something more easier to grab, but like it really depends on the person. I prefer it more digital or like clean, minimized setup, like as you've seen before. This one is just like an additional to it. And yeah. So for the last tip, what I would recommend you to be more productive is I put this small bookshelf. So mostly I can sit down on my chair and look at the sunlight viewing in the morning, or I just sit on the couch to just have a bit for like a relaxing morning. I just take out of the book, for example, and I just start reading. I mostly start reading right when I wake up, actually. This helps in getting into the flow state easier, because when we are focused on one specific topic, it really helps to concentrate afterwards. I had a lot of problems with in terms of like focus and concentration, especially younger, and also I have ADHD. This actually reading a book in the morning when I wake up helped me a lot, because I focus on one specific thing and it's kind of like boring, I would say. But this boringness helps you to produce better work afterwards, which is kind of interesting, right? So I would highly recommend to have a few books in your setup. So while you need a break from a work, or just need like a short rest, just grab really fast a book, read something, and it will help you in personal life. It'll help you with concentration and work, and it helps you also get better ideas and thoughts. So thanks so much for watching this video. That's one of the first video of a new series where I'm just doing more productivity setup stuff, maybe showing more technical things. If you like this video, please give it a like or any comment. It's one of the first videos, and also with the mic and everything and all the different positions I'm using. It is a different way of like making videos, but yeah, I just give it a try. So if you like the video, as I said, yeah, give it a like, and we'll see you guys in my next video.